Hi everyone, it's Ali here. It's so good to be back and making another video for you. It's been a really long time, I know some of you have been wondering where I've got to. I took a really long break over the winter because I was frankly running out of ideas for what to do with this channel, and I didn't want to just put out stuff for the sake of it. So I've spent a long time over the winter just improving the channel behind the scenes, trying to make the video quality better and the audio quality better, all those kind of technical things, but also working on a lot of new content to provide you with some much better stuff for the rest of this year. So hopefully you're going to really enjoy that. I've got a lot coming out, but to start with I just wanted to show you some new artists that I've been listening to lately. I did a community video at the end of last year and I thought I'd do another one this year just at the beginning, just showing you some of the artists that I've been listening to over the winter. The first artist I want to talk about is Mich and his track In the Midst of It All. He's a very good songwriter and also a very good lyricist. I really like his line in this song, 100 moments sewn into my memory. It's a really good line and he's got a lot of other great lines like that. So I find lyrics often, particularly these days, they're often a bit pants and they're not very good at all, so it's great to see that he's got some really good lyrics in his song to match with the production. He's a great producer, that's for sure. He's collaborated with a lot of different people, but he's a very good producer in his own right. He's also a very good guitar player. Have a listen to the solo at the end of this track and you'll kind of see what I mean. Some really nice melodic lines in his songs too. It's not just all production and guitar playing and things like that. It's certainly got a very good melodic sensibility. He's got a new album called Geography coming out, I believe on the 6th of April, so that's definitely going to be worth checking out. And obviously if you haven't listened to any of his previous stuff, then go and have a listen on Spotify and YouTube and that kind of thing. And I think he's touring around the UK this March, so if you've got nothing better to do and you want to go and see a great gig, then obviously check him out, see where he's going to be, and he might be somewhere that you can go and watch him. The next artist I recommend you check out is Nick Wilson and his track Miles Apart. I love the opening line to this track, it really grabs your attention. It's quite a difficult thing to come up with a line that's so good it just immediately grabs your attention, but he really does it on this track and it hooks you straight away, and then you're hooked for the rest of that song from that point on, because the rest of it's brilliant too. I love the production on this track too. It's incredibly warm. Nick's voice really shines over the top of it, and her vocal harmonies on this are brilliant too. There's absolutely tons of layers of nice lush harmony, and there's some great guitar lines going on as well. I also love another of his songs called Closer. I recommend checking that one out too if you like this first track. He's got a lot of great songs there, so I'd recommend going and looking him up on Spotify and YouTube, etc. and having a really good listen to some of his material. Next, if you're looking for something a little bit more quirky, a little bit different, I recommend checking out Josie Charlwood and her track Mind Over Matter. He's a very different songwriter, as I said, very quirky, but there's a lot to love about her in that. I really like her style. She's, as I say, very quirky, but she comes up with some great harmonies and she uses effects quite a lot. Her use of delays and a harmonizer really add a bit of interest to her music. Go follow her on Instagram too. She posts up a lot of songwriting challenges. I think she's doing another 30-day songwriting challenge at the moment, where she's showing some of her own material, but also doing some covers of some of the music that she likes the most. So I'd recommend going and checking her out on there. And obviously go and look up her past material on Spotify, YouTube, that kind of thing. There's a lot of great stuff of hers to go and listen to. The penultimate artist I want to highlight today is Clanton. Now you may have heard of Rusty, he's pretty well known, but just in case you haven't, I thought I'd highlight him. I found him a little while ago, probably sometime last year, and I've been listening to his music ever since then, and I have to say I'm a really big fan of Rusty's music. It's really hard to write great songs with just, vocals and acoustic guitar, but Rusty pulls it off incredibly well. Partly because his vocals are so great and his guitar playing is great, but mainly his lyrics are amazing, and having that kind of stripped back, just guitar and vocals really allows his lyrics to shine. The track I want to highlight at the moment is Oh Isabella. There's a lot of great lines in this song, and it's a very short, simple track. There's only kind of 2 verses, I think, but It's definitely a great song, worth listening to. I've been listening to it quite a lot. If you want to check out another song of his that features his great lyric writing, then I'd recommend the song Novels, which I've included in the description below. It's also the one that he sings along with Dodie. A couple of examples of the great lyrics on here are, "We've got younger faces than our hearts are letting on," and lines like, "What if I cost you your heart and your last name?" They're such great lines, I really like them. It's a bit very different, but something that I think, you know, lyrics are often lost these days in the kind of songwriting world, so it's great to hear people that are really letting their lyrics shine. Go and subscribe to Josie's channel on YouTube. He's always putting out new material. It's definitely worth being subscribed to it to make sure you get all his latest material. The last artist I want to highlight today that I definitely recommend you go and check out is Victoria Canal. She's an incredible artist. Her voice is just absolutely amazing. She's been popping up around a lot too, so you might have seen her, particularly if you're on Instagram. She was also on Ellen recently, and I believe if you live in New York, there's also a massive billboard of her somewhere, so you might have seen her about, but if you haven't, go and check her out. She's absolutely amazing. This track that I've linked is Not Afraid. It's so good. Her voice is just so soulful. I would recommend going on her YouTube channel too. There's some of the covers on there just brilliant too. I particularly like her cover of Michael Jackson's The Way You Make Me Feel. It's just amazing, and some of her Stevie Wonder covers too are just brilliant. She's recording a new album at the moment. I think this is her debut album. Certainly I think it's her full-length one, first full-length album. So definitely keep an eye out for that, and go and subscribe to her on YouTube, Instagram, that kind of thing, to make sure you can see when that comes out and get hold of it as quickly as possible. Yeah, go and subscribe to her, it's just so worth it. She's so amazing. You won't be disappointed, I promise you. So those are all the artists I want to mention today. If you've not heard of any of those before, then please go and check them out, and if you like them, let me know in the comments. It's great to know that you've found some new music from these videos. And if you've had any new music that you've come across in the last couple of months, then please let me know. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I'm always looking for new music to listen to, particularly if there's a hidden gem that you think is really worth me listening to. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't done already, then please subscribe to the channel. I've got lots of exciting new content coming out over in the next few months and the rest of this year, so it'll be definitely worth you subscribing. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, and if you've got any friends that think you'd like this too, then please share this with them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.